Hello, first grade readers. Yesterday I introduced a new story to you called Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. And remember, in our story, I'm going to take a picture walk with you and I'm going to remind you about the things that happened in our story. All of our letters wanted to go up the coconut tree. And we remember that they all started climbing. Hopefully you can see my pages. All of the letters started climbing and then they fell and they got hurt. And today, before we read our story again, because we know that as good readers, we always read our story twice, I want you to think about the problem in our story. So what was the problem? Take a second to think. What was the problem in our story? What happened that wasn't very good? What was the problem? You're right. The problem was all of the letters fell out of the coconut tree. The coconut tree was not strong enough to hold all of the letters as they were all climbing up the coconut tree. So I want you, before we get started on reading the story again, you're going to pause the video and you're going to work first. And you're going to find this page. It is your next page in your packet. And you are going to give me an idea about how they could have solved their problem. And remember, their problem was that there were too many of them and they all fell off the coconut tree. The coconut tree wasn't strong enough. So what could we do to solve the problem? What could you tell the letters, what could you tell the letters to try instead? It's very important that when we think about the problem, we think about how we can solve it. So we need to make sure that we give the letters a really awesome idea of how not to get hurt, because that would be the best solution, would be if those letters did not get hurt. So I want you to pause your video and draw a picture and write about how the letters could have solved that problem because they kept getting hurt when they fell off the tree. So think really hard about something that those letters can try instead of all going up the tree at the same time, and draw a picture and write about the solution to that problem. What can those letters do instead? And if you're listening right now, that means you've already done your problem page. So if you haven't, stop and go and tell me how the letters could have solved their problem. But if you have already done that, we are going to read our story for our second time like we know good readers do. So you are going to pay attention and look very, very closely at the pictures this time as I read the story, because we know that when we read a story twice, we sometimes notice something that we didn't notice before, especially looking at the pictures and the illustrations. So we're going to read Chicka Chicka Boom Boom one last time before you tell me your opinion of what you think the best part of this story is. Make sure you have your listening ears on. Make sure you have your reading eyes on and be ready to go. A told B and B told C, "I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree." "Wee," said D to E, F, G, "I will beat you to the top of the coconut tree." "Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Here comes H up the coconut tree." And this is where we made predictions yesterday of if we thought that there was going to be enough room for them and what was going to happen when they all went up the tree. And I and J and tag along K, all on their way up the coconut tree. "Chicka chicka boom boom, will there be enough room? Look who's coming, LMNOP. And QRS and TUV. Something that Ms. Strohmeyer didn't notice was that the coconuts are falling off the tree as some of the letters climb up. I wonder if that's something that you noticed. Still more, W and X, Y, Z. The whole alphabet up the... Oh no! More coconuts are falling. This is where we made our prediction. What do we think was going to happen? I bet you a lot of us thought, Chicka chicka boom, boom. Look at that pile of letters. skit, scat, scoodle doot, flip flop flee, everybody running to the coconut tree. Mamas and papas and uncles and aunts hug their little dears, then dust off their pants. So what I didn't notice before, I'm going to show you, is that all of the letters that were climbing up the coconut tree were lowercase letters. They were little letters. And all of the mamas and papas and uncles and aunts that are running to hug and dust their pants off of their letters are the big letters, the uppercase alphabet letters. That's something that I didn't notice. "Help us up!" cried A, B, C. Next from the pile up, skinned knee D and stubbed toe E and patched up F. Then comes G, all out of breath. So I want you to look really closely at the letters. Look really closely at the letters. D skinned his knee. E has a stubbed toe at the end. You can see it's all swollen and big. And F is patched up with a Band-Aid. I don't know if you noticed that the first time we read it. H is tangled up with I. J and K are about to cry. L is knotted like a tie. Look closely at those letters again. M is looped. N is stooped. O is twisted all alley-oop. Skit, scat, scoodle doot. Flip, flop, flee. I feel so bad for these letters. Remember yesterday you made a connection about a time when you were hurt, just like these letters are hurt right now. Look who's coming. It's black-eyed P, QRS, and loose tooth T. I wonder if any of you had a connection to P, wondering if you've ever had a black eye. Miss Strohmeyer has never had a black eye. Then UVW, wiggle jiggle free. Last to come is X, Y, and Z. And the sun goes down on the coconut tree. But chicka chicka boom boom, look, there's a full moon. Have you ever seen a full moon? Because if there's a full moon, it means it's kind of bright outside and you can still see. And we know that A is out of bed, and this is what he said. Dare, double dare, you can't catch me. I'll beat you to the top of the coconut tree. Chicka chicka boom boom. Now, I hope when you told me about your connection yesterday, you learned your lesson about the time when you got hurt. Miss Strohmeyer learned her lesson when I fell off of the trampoline. I made sure that every time I got on the trampoline, I checked and made sure that the net was zipped so I didn't get hurt again. But it looks like letter A did not learn his lesson, and he's going to try climbing up the coconut tree again. So friends, you should have already figured out a solution to their problem of how they can all go up the coconut tree without getting hurt. And then the last thing that you are going to do today is you are going to tell me your opinion. You are going to draw and write about your favorite part of the story. So make sure that you think about the best part and why you think it is the best part. And when you've thought about that and when you know why it is the best part of the story, you're going to draw a picture and write. And when you write, please make sure you tell me why it is the best part. When you are finished, you are going to post on Seesaw and you are going to share with me the solution that you came up with for the letters. You're going to tell me what you wrote on this page and what you think the letters can do next time so they don't get hurt. Okay? I will see you guys in a little while for phonics. I hope you enjoyed that story this week because I know it is a favorite story for a lot of friends. So thank you for listening and I will see you guys soon. Bye, friends.